Hello everybody and welcome back to Telethon 2017. We're almost at that time of the night when we conclude our 50th anniversary Telethon. Just one more read from me. Cara, who's a volunteer and has volunteered all weekend, her daughter was born 2 months premature and she wanted to donate $20 on behalf of Kaylin. So thank you to Kaylin and thank you to Cara, who's volunteered all weekend. And to Uncle Mick, happy 96th birthday in Wembley watching on. Ladies and gentlemen, we have our final panel with us now, and you know that that means we are almost at the end of Telethon 2017. Please join with me in welcoming Dr. Jonathan Karapetis, the director of the Telethon Kids Institute. I've been calling this a world record telethon total. It is a world record telethon total, and our own soon-to-be official world record holders, 33 years side by side on 7 News in Perth. Our number one, Australia's number one, Rick Arden and Susanna Carr. Make them welcome, everybody. Thank you. The managing director of 7 Perth, Mr. Mario Dorazio. And Mario, we welcome you back after a health scare of your own last year. Terrific to have you back with us. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, the chairman of 7 West Media, a huge driving force behind everything that we do at Telethon. Please welcome Mr. Kerry Stokes. So we're almost there. We're almost at the end of Telethon 2017, our 50th anniversary Telethon. And we've already, as you know, incredible that we did it before 6 p.m, before 7 News tonight. We passed last year's total of $26 million. And it's a great time for us to acknowledge the incredible generosity of Western Australians over the last 50 years. Early this year and earlier this afternoon, when we passed the $18 million mark, the total raised over the history of Telethon since 1968 went in excess of a staggering $250 million. Thank you, WA. And it's not a competition, but it is worth acknowledging that in the last 2 hours of Telethon tonight, we are on track to go very, very close to the $10 million mark, which it in fact would beat the total that was raised in Telethon back in 2010. That's only 7, 8 years ago. So it is remarkable how Telethon has grown and how the people of Western Australia have delivered for us this weekend on our 50th anniversary. It's very humbling. Thank you. The Telethon Institute is one of our biggest beneficiaries, and this year the director of the Telethon Institute gave us all a reminder of what it means to get in there and do it for the kids.
I got this feeling inside my bones. It goes electric wavy when I turn it on. Off from my city, off from my home.
Dr. Jonathan Karapetis, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for him. That is Jonathan. That is leading from the front. We thank you on behalf of all of the beneficiaries in that marvellous clip. We thank you for everything that you've done and continue to do.
Thank you. It's a pleasure. What can I say? On a night like tonight, I'll do whatever it takes, Basil.
I tell you what, you're a natural. Justin Timberlake, look out. To some thank yous now. More than 57 network stars flew Virgin Australia to Perth this year to inspire and entertain and dazzle us. Thank you to the teams from 800 Words, Home and Away, Hell's Kitchen, Sunrise, of course, House Rules, The Chase Australia, The Secret Daughter, Yummy Mummies, My Kitchen Rules, The Daily Edition, Sunday night, 7 Sport and 7 News for another brilliant contribution. We thank them all so much for giving up their weekend to be here with us in Perth. And I don't know about you, but wasn't it great to welcome back one of the icons of the 7 Network, a cheeky little guy in a bright yellow shirt?
You're a funny boy. I wouldn't be mucking around with you. You don't understand.
Suddenly Agro's hand is working, everybody. Great to have Agro back, and to his big mate, Jamie Dunn. Jamie and Agro, thank you for brightening our 50th anniversary telethon. You did a brilliant job. Matching the energy of our interstaters, all of the locals who gave up their time to help drive this great event, to our friends from radio, our sporting heroes and others from around the Perth community, including our colleagues at 7 West Media locally, Red Wave, the West Australian, the west.com.au, Perth Now and the Sunday Times. Thank you so much for putting in the hard yards with us side by side again this year. We really appreciate it. To all of the artists who've entertained us over the last 26 hours, including Samantha J, Dami M, Liam Burrows, Mark Vincent, Pete Murray, Casey Barnes, Leo Sayer, Ross Wilson, Daryl Braithwaite, Steve Clisby, Pseudo Echo, the Fisher Boys. And how good was it to welcome back two living telethon legends, Normie Rowe and Ray Burgess.
We're glad you came along, and we dedicate this song to all the girls we've loved before.
It wouldn't have been the 50th anniversary telethon without Normie and Ray. Great to see them back here again. As always, our thanks to GWN7 for taking this broadcast statewide, and to those people behind the scenes. They're behind the scenes heroes for us. More than 400 people who make this show come together. We thank you very sincerely. A special shout out from me to all of our panel co-hosts, led by Rick and Sue, of course, the 7 News team today, tonight. And what about Gibbo? Another record amount of jackets worn over the telethon weekend, and another record total with Crown and In It to Win It.
Why is this so joyous for you?
Oh my goodness. Gosh! Oh, good start. We've got a couple on there already. Oh my goodness. You've already won. It's a world record.
Always great fun. The Sunrise crew always pitching in and doing their very best. And again, our thanks to Crown. $2.5 million, quite remarkable. It gives me great pleasure now, ladies and gentlemen, to introduce the Managing Director of Channel 7 Perth. Please welcome Mr. Mario D'Orazio.
Thanks, Baz. I think with those jackets, Gibbo's going to go a long way. Well, so far we've got Telethon to its 50th show, and we're on track to break all the records. That's a brilliant performance, and we get the sense that the best is yet to come. With just a few minutes left in Telethon 2017, I can tell you that we've put to air more than 1,250 hours of television over 50 years. That's incredible. It is incredible. That's $75,000 minutes, and we've raised around $3,500 every minute. West Australia, you can be proud of that. $3,500 a minute, Baz. The longer we talk, the more we make, all right? This weekend's event only happens because West Australians love their kids, and we all want the best for them. We want the best doctors, the best scientists, the best medical equipment, the best hospitals, and that all takes money. It's worth remembering that Telethon is the single most important thing we do here at Channel 7. And it's also wonderful to have the support of the entire 7 West staff. I'd like to celebrate those team members tonight who've made all of this possible. Of course, we all know about the people who you see on the screen, like Basil, such as the wonderful stars of Home and Away and all of our other shows. But behind the cameras, there's an army of hard-working, talented people. There's way too many to mention. There's like 400, but they come from the whole family here, led by John Driscoll, the new CEO of 7 West in WA. Our off-camera people come from all over the state, including 7 News, Today Tonight, with others from the West Australian, the Sunday Times, Red Wave, and our regionals. I'd like to particularly thank Steve Mummery, who's the CEO of Telethon, and his team. Steve and Fat Cat, they work very hard to put all the money in the bank, as does Shane O'Connor in our finance department. They're busily counting all the money right now. Really good stuff. In programs and publicity, Nicola Bedwood's staff work all year round to make sure that everybody stays in touch with Telethon. Our head engineer, Steve Jilks, leads a group of very clever people who physically bolt this coverage together. And always on top of her game is Sharon Duplex, our executive producer, who pretty much, no kidding, she goes without sleep for a whole week planning the show. She leads the directors, the producers, the camera operators, and a big bunch of others. Shaz, there's not long to go. You'll get to bed soon, all right? Now, as you've heard countless times this weekend, Telethon started in 1968. We've racked our brains to see if there's anybody at 7 who's actually been involved in every single telethon who is here at ground zero. Well, there is. There's just one person. She was on our very first panel in 1968, and she's here today, half a century later, and that person is Alison Fan. Ali, what a fantastic achievement. You're on the panel at our very first telethon. Wow, look at that. And since then, you've been everywhere in every decade of telethon, in the phone room, at the desk, at the telethon home, at the hospital with the kids, raising money, telling our story, making sure West Australians could never forget the importance of this weekend. There's nowhere you haven't been for telethon. We love you for it. You are a legend of telethon. Alison Fan, take her back. Of course, Ali was negative 5 years old when she started here, right? Okay. Now, there are many, many good companies with many good people who help us all year round. Take a look at this.
We need a lot of people to make Telethon happen, and we want to say a big thanks to all these people.
Bankwest, you've been right beside us from the very beginning. We want to give you a massive thank you for all your support over the years.
AV partners, you're the best. Thanks for making our stage lighter.
Serious Network, we couldn't have done it without all your support. You powered our call centre all weekend.
Kia Perth Parking. Thanks for opening your heart and your car park. The West Australian, we couldn't do it without your help. Not just today, but every day of the year. Perth Expo, your creativity and flair is always amazing. Telstra, once again, you've connected us right across WA. Thanks for your amazing support.
Sunday Times, you are fantastic. And thanks for getting behind our online auction. We couldn't do it without you.
Virgin Australia, thanks for getting our stars here and for looking after them so well.
And to the home of Telethon, the Perth Convention and Exhibition Centre, thanks for opening your doors to us. And Parmelia Hilton, our stars love coming home to their beds. Thanks, everyone.
How good's that? Okay, one more person to thank. And let me say this, okay? Nobody knows Telethon like Basil Zemplis.
Thank you, Mario.
So I want to say this about Baz, all right? This weekend we've been celebrating the last 50 years. Well, Baz, we were first introduced to you when you looked a lot like Harry Connick, all right? A callow youth, and today you have blossomed into the most unimpeachable anchor. You are the real deal, my friend. Thanks.
Thank you, Mario. Of course, we've got the easy bit, haven't we? This is the pleasurable, and the reason that we do this is very obvious to all of us up here, and it's time to thank two very special people, our little telethon stars, Maddox Ball and Olivia Riley. Let's hear it for Olivia and Maddox and their family.
Well, Baz, I have 7-year-old Maddox Ball with me, of course, one of our telethon stars. There's plenty of kids in the audience here, plenty of kids watching at home, and I tell you kids, you should be proud. He has been an amazing representative. He's done it with a smile, and he has really inspired kids right across WA and adults too to donate. Now, Maddox, I wanted to ask you, what's been your favourite part of telethon?
Fat cats.
Fat cats! Oh. And he's been there with you right through this. Besides Fat Cat, who's been your favourite person to meet over the telethon weekend?
Cash Cow.
Cash Cow! The mascots have won out. Now, you've had plenty of supporters. I know one of your teachers, Kaylee Yu Chong, is in the audience with us here tonight. Also, your family friend Cassie is here with us. And your school, Star of the Sea in Rockingham, and you personally have raised $3,000. You held a disco. You've done an amazing amount for telethon. And you know what? You know how I said there was going to be a surprise? It's time for that surprise. We wanted to thank you for everything you have done for us here at Telethon. Here it comes. Look behind you. All of these gifts, thanks to Hawaiian, are for you. How's that?
Wow, look at that. You lucky man. Loads of stuff.
Wow. It's better than Christmas. Now, you'll notice there's a boogie board in there, and you are going to need it because you and your family are going on a holiday to Broome, to the Cable Beach Club Resort and Spa for 5 nights. The suitcase is packed there. And you will experience all that Broome has to offer, maybe a camel ride, some walks along the beach. It's beautiful up there. You're going to absolutely love it. Plus, we have another prize for you there. There's a cheque there. If you can just pull that one out. That's it. We have $500 for you, thanks to Bank West, to kick things along for you, Maddox. It's a big cheque, isn't it? We might have to move it down so we can all see your face. Now, Maddox, you, of course, have been one of our telethon stars. Who was the other telethon star?
Olivia.
Olivia. And Olivia is in Princess Margaret Hospital tonight, as we know, with her mum Bianca, dad Kurt, and brother Caden. And we weren't going to forget about them, so we surprised Olivia a little earlier. Olivia, you've been such a fantastic representative of the kids of WA. You're a big part of our telethon family, and even though you're in here at PMH, there is no way we were going to let you miss out. So we have a surprise for you to say a big thank you for being one of our little telethon stars. For the 50th telethon, guys, reveal here all these presents. All these presents, thanks to Hawaiian, are for you. Koshi, what's in there?
Olivia, a hat. How do I look? Looks better on you.
A princess
flower
crown.
Oh.
Isn't it gorgeous? And some Smiggle stuff, lots of
Look at the
toys,
Smiggle.
a handbag.
Koshi, don't steal any of those presents.
No, I won't. I won't.
It matches your top. Oh,
Here's a puppy.
Plus,
And
we
a
have
boogie
more.
board.
Olivia, there's more. We have a prize here from the Cable Beach Club for you. So you can go on a holiday when you're better with your family to Broome. There's a boogie board in there. You'll have so much fun. Plus, we have another surprise for you, $500. Thank you to Bank West. Now, we know you've been stuck in here at Princess Margaret Hospital, but we really hope you've enjoyed Telethon, Olivia.
Yeah.
Cheers for Olivia. Hip hip.
Hooray!
Hip hip.
Hooray!
Hip hip.
Hooray!
Fabulous. And we know that Olivia is watching. Great job, Matt Tinney. Congratulations, Maddox. And to Olivia, we're wishing you a very speedy recovery, and we hope you enjoy the experience that you've undergone over the last few months of being one of our special little telethon children. Well done to Olivia and Maddox, ladies and gentlemen. They're stars, that's for sure. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd now like to introduce the chairman of Seven West Media, Mr. Kerry Stokes.
Thank you, Basil. 50 years. What an achievement. And it only happens because of you. A few hours ago, we achieved a very important milestone in the history of Telethon. Since our first one back in 1968, we've now raised $250 million. And the reality of what Telethon is all about really hit us this weekend. Our little Telethon star, Olivia, not being able to be with us, she had to head back to hospital a couple of weeks ago, as you've already heard. We missed her not being here, but you've been a really true ambassador for Telethon. And all of WA has got behind you, and you've inspired the other kids out there to donate, and that's given us more money today. You've helped raise the bar and dig deep. All of Western Australia is behind you, and you make sure you get better. And as much as we love that hospital, you get out of there as soon as you can. Our Prime Minister, Malcolm Turnbull, he knows how important Telethon is to WA. We actually got him here earlier down to the Institute. I reckon they did that job on him with that variety show, which is probably why he got so generous. But he came back and committed $13 million over the next decade for the Origins project. And that will track 10,000 babies in the northern suburbs born at Joondalup Health Campus, and it will be matched by $13 million by Paul Ramsay Health Foundation. The importance of this project is it helps to have a healthy generation for the next generation. They'll be given data as a result of the Telethon Institute, who will be able to work with this to make sure we have better facilities and a better understanding of how to make sure we don't have these diseases in the future, not just trying to cure them as they come along. And to make this happen, Matthias Cormann, Julie Bishop, Christian Porter, they represented us in WA, and in fact, we had to steal some money out of all of their budgets because Malcolm didn't have enough, but we got it from a lot of them. And the Prime Minister, when he left, he said to me, as he did last year, I want you to know I really believe, and here is our personal cheque from the Turnbull Foundation, and it was significant. Thank you, Malcolm. And earlier this year, even before he was elected, our new Premier, Mark McGowan, told me he was committed to Telethon. He said to me, wait and see what we can do. I want to talk to you. I want to see how accountable you are. I want to see what we can do to actually make a difference, because he has young children, he believes in what Telethon does, and he wants the best for our state. Last night, he doubled the state's normal donation to $1 million. And even more important, he put another $2 million into the Telethon Children's Hospital Research Fund, which Telethon will match with $2 million. So that will be a $4 million pool of money available for grants for children's health research in Western Australia by Western Australian institutions. Now, here's some of our previous little Telethon stars to thank you and all of our $1 million partners.
To our very special partners.
Every year,
You help raise an amazing amount of money.
And we want to say
Thank you.
Australian Federal Government.
Linda Ryu Foundation.
Children's Leukemia and Cancer Research Foundation.
Thank you, Francis. Tim Robert. The Costco Charitable Foundation. Lexus of Perth. The Government of Western Australia. Thank you. BHP Billiton.
Australian Capital Equity.
West Funds. Paul Ramsay Foundation.
JWH Group, thank you. And thank you to everyone for all your support.
It's great to see our new partners, Children's Leukemia Cancer Research Foundation, and the legacy of my old and dear friend Paul Ramsey through his foundation on the board this year. And Basil, here's Australian Capital Equities donation.
Thank you, Mr.
But the most important people I want to thank here tonight who get behind the corporates in this company are the kids out there. And this is for you and it's about you. Kids are the reason we do this thing called Telethon year after year. As kids like Maddox, Olivia, and all the other kids in hospital doing it a bit tougher, who inspire us to dig deep and give. Let's thank all the kids who gave their hard-earned cash over the weekend to support the other kids in need. It is you out there, the kids, who actually give me and my team the basis for which we get corporate Western Australia and corporate Australia to come in and back it. Without you and the kids with your pocket money, we wouldn't be able to do this. And at the end of the day, we must keep your money because that's the foundation that makes the team I have that puts Telethon together every year work and makes us live up to the expectations of Western Australia. The small team for Telethon's led by Steve Mummery. Thank you, Steve, and your team. And I want to thank you, the team at the West Australian. Sunday Times, community newspapers, the West, our regional newspapers, Golden West Network, Channel 7, because across the whole state, all year, they're working to actually help make this a better event. And the really important thing is, we actually do this every year so that Jonathan and his team, others we support, can have better than we've got. It's not good enough to just look to raise some money to buy hospital beds. We're actually looking to raise money to change the future. We're looking to raise money to give our trusted West Australian research people the opportunity to change tomorrow, not just change the way we look at it, but change the fact that they will come up with discoveries that will stop us getting sick. And that's what we want for our kids. And every West Australian tomorrow, when we wake up, should be really proud of our community and our state. Thank you, Basil.
Thank you, Mr. Mr. Stokes, you're our boss and you're our leader. And when it comes to Telethon, you are our inspiration. You've showed us all what is possible. Everybody on this stage works hard for Telethon, but nobody works harder than the gentleman to my left. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Kerry Stokes. Of course, the true Telethon spirit, as we say all weekend, is kids helping kids. And Sue, a tradition we started a few years back, perhaps I could ask you to read one final donation for Telethon 2017, our 50th anniversary Telethon.
Thanks, Baz, and I think this letter epitomises the spirit of Telethon. Just bear with me for a moment. Hello, Telethon. Our names are Emily, Eva and Marco. 8 weeks ago, our little brother Matthew got diagnosed with leukemia, and life has been tough for Matthew, us kids, and Mum and Dad. Matthew has an identical twin in Marco, and they are 3.5. Me and Eva are 9.5 and 6. Us 3 kids have put our pocket money together and would like to give you the money for the kids in Perth so they can get treatment and get better fast. We'd like to thank all the doctors and nurses at Princess Margaret in Ward 3B for trying their best and for being kind. Thank you. From Emily, Eva and Marco, $106.
That is what Telethon is all about and has been all about for 50 years. So, ladies and gentlemen, with those final 2 contributions, one from my left and one from my right, let's have a look at the final Bankwest tally board for our 50th anniversary Telethon. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a glorious $36,431,381. Thank you, WA. You are magnificent. Incredible. Incredible. It is overwhelming to all of us. We cannot thank you, Western Australia, enough. It's hard to believe that we've broken last year's record total by nearly $10 million. It is incredible. Thank you. Thank you, WA. And we better get busy. We've got a lot of work to do over the next 12 months. So let's get our last act on so we can get cracking. It's been a brilliant telethon, ladies and gentlemen. Nobody is going to forget the 50th anniversary. And to take us out tonight on a stunning night for WA, please welcome Daryl Braithwaite and Ross Wilson with All Day and All of the Night. Thank you, everybody, and good night.
I'm not content to be with you in the daytime. Girl, I want to be with you all of the time. The only time I feel alright is by your side. Girl, I want to be with you all of the time, all day and all of the night. All day and all of the night, all day and all of the night. I believe you and me last forever. Oh yeah, all day and nighttime, yours, leave me never. The only time I feel alright is by your side. Girl, I want to be with you all of the time, all day and all of the night. All day and all of the night. All day and all of the night. I can feel a solo coming on. I believe you and me last forever. Oh yeah, all day and nighttime, yours, leave me never. Never. The only time